Welcome back to the Vegan Test Kitchen, everybody. Tonight we are continuing the winter comfort foods and making the all-American seitan pot pie. That's right, that pot pie that you remember as a kid, that's what we're making tonight. We're making the crust for it too. As always, all the ingredients that you need are listed below. Let's get started. Alright, the first thing we're gonna do is make the crust. So you wanna grab a bowl, grab another bowl. This'll do. And we're gonna put some water in this, a couple ice cubes, because we want this water to be ice cold. Now, grab your other bowl, and we're gonna mix in our flour, cornmeal, sugar, and salt and baking powder. And we're gonna combine this. And now we're gonna add our cold, put it in the fridge first, cold vegan shortening. People are surprised that there's actually vegan shortening. Crisco, believe it or not, is vegan. We're gonna add it to this mixture, and we're gonna cut it into there. All right, it's about as small as crumbs as we're getting. Now we're gonna grab our water, and we're gonna pour out half a cup. We're gonna set this off to the side because we might use a little bit more of this. Now we're gonna add our apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons. We're gonna add this in 3 batches, mixing it with a fork, because we wanna make sure this dough gets sticky, and you can pinch it with your fingers. All right, we still got a considerable amount of dry ingredients, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water. All right, pinch test, we're good. Perfect. Now what you wanna do is make sure you have a lightly floured work area. We're gonna roll this out to a little bit bigger, just like 2 to 3 inches bigger than the size of whatever dish you're putting it in. Ideally, the dish that you want to put it in needs to be 3 quarts. I had a really hard time finding a 3-quart dish. So mine's 2.5, because that's how I roll. Or if you want to put the if you want to put the pot pies into little ramekins, like little self-serve pot pies, which would be really cute too, then grab those. Alright, that's probably good. Didn't say how thin to do this, so, you know, just do what you need to do. Just make it up. Now you want to grab parchment paper, like so. Give a little spank. And then we're going to roll this up. Try to not break the dough. In hindsight, I should have put this parchment paper down first. Then I wouldn't have had to worry about that. Now, get some plastic wrap, cover it up, and throw it in the fridge. Now we're gonna start on the filling, so we have to chop a whole bunch of veggies. We got some celery, onion, and of course, don't forget the seitan. So you can either buy the seitan in the store, or what you should do is check out this video that I did previously on how to make seitan. That link's also in the description below. Let's start chopping. Now we need these vegetables diced finely, so that's why I'm giving them so much love and attention. The potato, it just said to scrape, it didn't say peel, so I'm just taking off the bits that are nasty and leaving the skin on, which I know will make some of you very happy. Now if you made the seitan, like you should do, not like I did, you want to start cutting it into cubes. You need a pound. All right. Grab a soup pot, and we're going to preheat this on a medium-high. Just kidding, medium heat. And we're also going to preheat our oven, so set that to 375. And take a break, because you did a lot of chopping. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. Fun fact! Apple cider vinegar is one of my favorite things in the world. If I were Oprah and this were my favorite things, this would be it. And let me tell you why. In addition to all the other awesome things that it does, like, and these are proven, by the way, it's not just hokey, hippie stuff. It lowers blood sugar, helps your diabetes if you got it. It kills many types of bacteria, the bad kind. It helps you lose weight by making you feel full. It lowers your cholesterol and reduces your risk of heart disease. And it may fight cancer. But those are the things that I'm not even that excited about. I am most excited because this pretty much cured me of my acid reflux. Was on Nexium for many, many years. It just stopped working. And I felt like there was nothing else that I could do. I felt lost. So then I was looking online, as we all do, and I found apple cider vinegar. All you do is put in like 1 or 2 teaspoons into like a glass of water, 8 ounce, 16 ounce, whatever. Drink it, preferably 20 to 30 minutes before a meal. Do that every day. After like a couple days to a week, I stopped having it. And then if you keep doing it for a long period of time, which I did, it can actually cure you of your acid reflux. I know, I'm not a doctor. I just know that it worked on me. It's legit, it really works. And I hear this all the time for apple cider vinegar. It has so many great uses. It's one of my favorite things, mostly because it cured me of something that a drug could not. But you also have to get the kind with the mother. So this is probably my favorite brand, Bragg, because it has the mother. Sounds weird and creepy, but the mother is the little flecks floating around. That's what's really helpful. So you want to get that. And this stuff never expires. All right, enough of my rant. I promise you it will help you. You're welcome. Now that this is preheated, we're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of peanut oil or grapeseed oil. We're gonna add our chopped seitan once this is heated up, which it is. Potato snuck in there. Sneaky little potato. We're gonna sprinkle this with the soy sauce, and we're gonna saute this for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's nice and little brown, sizzling, all that good stuff. In the meantime, grab your peas, because you're gonna need a cup of them. Now, like I said before, you're either gonna need a casserole dish like this, oval shaped, needs to be 3 quarts, or get the little small ramekins, make a little individual pot pie. They'll be cute and everybody will love it. Okay, we are browned. So we're gonna put this in a bowl, set it to the side. Now we're gonna make our roux. So you're gonna grab the remaining 3 tablespoons of the peanut oil or grapeseed, and we're gonna stir in our chickpea flour. And you have to stir it frequently, so keep an eye on it, because it can burn. Now we're supposed to cook this for about 10 minutes, till it's a deep mustard color. I feel like we're already there, but we're gonna keep going. Now we've got a lot of specific times for cooking this stuff coming up, so pay attention. When's the last time y'all had a pot pie? Let's see, for me, probably like 7 or 8 years ago. But it was Amy's brand, so I know it was good. It was a little mini pot pie. It's cute, and it was delicious. Okay, well my spoon's burning, so I'm gonna go ahead and retire this one. All right, we have darkened a bit, so we're gonna throw in our onion now, and we're gonna cook for 4 minutes. And then add all of the rest of the veggies, your celery, carrots, and potato. And we're gonna cook this for 8 minutes, and you wanna stir it frequently, so don't forget about it. All right, our vegetables have softened quite a bit, which is what we want. Now we're gonna pour in our white wine, cook it for about 2 minutes. Okay, the wine has reduced a bit. Now we're gonna add in our peas, and we're gonna pour in about half of this vegetable broth. Then add your thyme, mustard powder, and sage. We're gonna bring this to a simmer. Now it's starting to smell good. Got all those herbs in there. I love thyme. Thyme and rosemary, sage, all those Italian spices. I love the smell of it. It's one of my favorite things of cooking. You can definitely smell that wine, which is good. Okay, we are officially at a simmer, so we're gonna add the remaining vegetable broth, bring it back up to a simmer, and then cook it for 6 to 8 minutes. So funny thing, I was just going over the recipe again, and it doesn't say when to add the seitan back. So I don't know when to do that. You know what, I'm gonna check the revised version of the Veganomicon and see if they edited that. They never added it back in, so we're making this up as we go. So we're supposed to cook this until a thin gravy forms. It's reduced a bit. I think we're pretty much there. Flavor it with some salt and pepper. Now I think is a good time to add the seitan. This looks and smells delicious. Now grab your dish, and you're supposed to ladle this in there. I'm just gonna pour it. Now we're gonna grab our pie crust from the fridge. And I don't feel like there's an easy way to do this, so we're just gonna flip it. So we're gonna press this down into the edges, and then we're just gonna trim off some of the excess. We're gonna leave a little bit because we're gonna roll it up and then do a little fancy stuff to it. But you wanna make sure to press it tight up against the rim, and then you're supposed to roll it up to the edge. Gonna get a fork, crimp the edges, and then we're gonna poke a couple holes so that steam can escape, because you don't want to explode all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to do something really fancy, which I might do, a couple times while it's baking, brush a little soy milk on it, create a nice little glossy crust. It'd be pretty. Go ahead and throw it in the oven, and we're gonna bake for 40 to 45 minutes until the gravy starts bubbling and the crust is nice and flaky. And if you want to, like me, a couple times during it, just brush a little soy milk on it. So it doesn't look it, but I can definitely hear it bubbling under the crust. So I think we're good. Now, of course, the hardest part, letting it sit for 10 minutes, and then we can try it. I think we've waited long enough. Let's try it. All right, this smells absolutely delicious. It's really freaking hot. So if you touch the filling, just now you'll probably come away with third-degree burns. This is a really, really good pot pie. This really reminds me of the pot pie that I used to eat when I was younger. I don't remember the name of that brand. It was the same brand that everybody ate. That's what this reminds me of. The crust is nice and flaky, as you can see. All the vegetables are cooked nice and tenderly. The gravy has solidified quite a bit, so there's not a lot of like ooziness, which is fine with me. I mean, it tastes absolutely delicious. And I'm glad the seitan's in there. It adds that extra bit of meaty substance. So this was a lot of work, if you couldn't tell. All in all, yes, I would definitely make it again, and you should as well. This was a delicious, delicious wintertime pot pie. I enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. If you did, hit a thumbs up. I would love you for it. And as always, subscribe and comment and share and all that good stuff. I will see you all next time. Maybe I'll put my own edition out. Eli's edition of the Veganomicon.